Love once filled our home. Emily and I built something beautiful, or so I believe. She had been my anchor, my partner, my everything. Yet lately, something felt off, something small at first, but impossible to ignore. It started with her phone. She never used to care where she left it, but now it remained glued to her hand. If a notification chimed, she'd glance at it, then turn the screen face down. When I asked who messaged, she'd respond with a dismissive, "Just work." Late nights became frequent. Dinner with friends, office deadlines, just need some air. Excuses that piled up like bricks between us. Still, I convinced myself it was nothing. Stress, perhaps. A rough patch. But love has a way of blinding even the sharpest minds. Then I noticed the scent. Cologne. Not mine. A musky, expensive fragrance I had never worn. The first time, I dismissed it as a trick of the mind. The second time, doubt seeped in. By the third, denial was impossible. One night, I reached for her, craving closeness. She turned away. "I'm exhausted," she murmured. "Emily, what's going on?" I whispered. She sighed, rubbing her temples. "Nothing, just work stress." Work. Always work. But my instincts screamed something darker lurked beneath her tired excuses. Then, the moment that shattered everything. One evening, I arrived home earlier than expected. I parked quietly, stepping into the house without making a sound. The lights were dim, the living room eerily silent. I walked towards the kitchen, but something stopped me. A hushed voice. Hers. Hard hammering, I inched closer. "God, I miss you," she murmured. "I can't wait to see you again." A deep chuckle followed, a voice I recognized. "Michael." I froze. The world tilted. My best friend, my brother in everything but blood. I should have barged in. Should have confronted her. Instead, I stepped back, retreating into the shadows, teeth clenched so hard my jaw ached. Rage coursed through me, but I forced myself to stay calm. I needed proof. I needed a plan. That night, I lay beside Emily, her back turned to me. My mind raced, thoughts colliding in a storm of fury and betrayal. This wasn't just about infidelity. This was happening in my house, in my bed. And that I would not forgive. But I wouldn't act in anger. Revenge required patience. Betrayal should never go unanswered. I refused to let Emily and Michael destroy my life without consequences. Instead of confronting them immediately, I chose a path far more satisfying, calculated revenge. The next morning, I kissed Emily's forehead as if nothing had changed. She smiled, completely unaware that her lies no longer deceived me. I played the perfect husband, pretending ignorance while preparing to dismantle everything she cherished. First, I needed proof. Not just whispers behind closed doors. Solid, undeniable evidence. Setting the bait. Emily announced another girls' night out on Friday. Her lies had become predictable. Instead of arguing, I nodded. "Enjoy yourself," I said, masking my contempt. That evening, I left the house as well, or at least, that's what Emily believed. Instead of heading to a bar, I parked down the street, hidden by shadows. Minutes later, Michael's car arrived. He strolled toward my front door like he owned the place. My stomach churned, but I forced myself to remain calm. Storming in now would be impulsive. I wanted them to think they were safe, comfortable. Let them dig their own graves. Once they disappeared inside, I activated the hidden cameras I had installed earlier. Bedroom, living room, hallway. Every space they dared to defile. For 2 hours I waited, fists clenched. My home, ***, my sanctuary, ***, was being desecrated by the two people I had trusted most. Then, Emily's text arrived. "Home now. Miss you. Hope you're having fun." The audacity almost made me laugh. I waited another 15 minutes before pulling into the driveway. Walking inside, I inhaled deeply, the familiar scent of that foreign cologne clinging to the air. Emily greeted me with a peck on the cheek. "How was your night?" she asked, feigning casual interest. "Good," I lied smoothly. "Yours?" She stretched lazily. Uneventful. Just wine and gossip. Lie. Her hair was slightly damp, a rushed shower. The bedroom smelled of air freshener, a poor attempt to erase the stench of their betrayal. I played my role perfectly, pretending nothing was amiss. Let them think they had gotten away with it. Let them believe their deception was flawless. Their downfall was coming. Tightening the noose. The following day, I watched the footage. My hands trembled as I pressed play. There they were. Michael, tangled with Emily, moaning her name as if he had any right to speak it. On my bed. Disgust crawled over my skin, but I didn't look away. Every second burned itself into my mind, fueling the fire within me. This wasn't just cheating. This was a direct violation of everything I had built, everything I had sacrificed. Revenge wouldn't just be personal, it would be merciless. I spent the next few days laying the groundwork. I met Michael for drinks, pretending nothing had changed. Man, Emily's been acting a little distant lately, I confessed over beer. Michael hesitated for the briefest second before forcing a casual shrug. Relationships go through phases, he offered, taking a sip. I smirked inwardly. You won't be offering advice much longer. The grand setup. I decided to deliver my masterpiece of vengeance publicly. Emily's birthday was in 2 weeks. A perfect opportunity. I arranged a grand anniversary surprise instead, inviting family, friends, even Michael's own girlfriend. Everyone would be there, unaware of the truth about to unfold. Emily was delighted by the gesture, oblivious to the dagger hanging above her head. Michael, ever the fool, even helped me plan it. If only he knew. Betrayal had a price, and soon they would pay in full. 2 weeks passed in agonizing patience. Every smile I gave Emily, every drink I shared with Michael, every moment I played the unsuspecting fool, all of it built toward this night. The anniversary surprise was set. A grand party, filled with friends, family, and people who mattered most in both our lives. Everyone would witness what was about to unfold. Emily beamed with excitement as guests arrived. She wore a stunning crimson dress, her makeup flawless, her deception hidden beneath a radiant smile. Michael stood close, his usual confidence in place. Neither had the slightest clue that their world was about to collapse. A toast to betrayal. After dinner, I stood, raising my glass. Thank you all for being here tonight, I began, my voice steady. This evening isn't just about celebrating another year of marriage. It's about honoring trust, love, and loyalty. I glanced at Emily, who blushed under the attention. Michael gave a knowing smirk, lifting his own glass. I smiled back. You won't be smiling much longer. I prepared something special, I continued, gesturing to the massive TV mounted on the wall. A little tribute to my wonderful wife. Emily gasped, placing a hand on her chest. Oh my God, honey, she whispered, clearly touched. Michael clapped, encouraging everyone's excitement. I pressed play. The room fell into dead silence. The sin laid bare. At first, the footage seemed innocent, a slideshow of wedding photos, vacations, moments of laughter. Emily smiled, lost in nostalgia. Then, the screen flickered. The real show began. The hidden camera footage played in sharp, unforgiving clarity. Emily and Michael wrapped around each other in my bed. Her moans, his whispers. Their betrayal on full display for everyone to see. Gasps echoed through the room. Someone dropped their glass. The sharp shatter punctuated the suffocating silence. Emily's face drained of color. What? She choked. Michael staggered backward, eyes wild with panic. I watched them, savoring the moment. You didn't just betray me, Emily, I said, my voice calm, dangerously calm. You betrayed every single person in this room who believed in us. Tears welled in her eyes. I can explain, I scoffed. Oh? Please do. Tell everyone why my so-called best friend has been screwing my wife in my own home. Michael's girlfriend, Sarah, shoved past the crowd and slapped him across the face. You lying, disgusting bastard, she shrieked. Emily turned to me, pleading. I love you. It was a mistake. Please, we can fix this. I tilted my head, feigning thought. Fix this? I echoed. Like how you fixed our marriage. How you erased the scent of another man from our bed. How you kissed me after being with him. She broke down in sobs. But I had no pity left, destroying the last of their delusions. Turning back to Michael, I stepped closer. And you? My best friend. My brother. He swallowed hard, lips trembling. Man, don't. I cut him off, voice like steel. You made your choice. Now live with it. I faced the room. Emily, consider this my anniversary gift to you, a divorce. More gasps, whispers spreading like wildfire. Michael rubbed his face, breathing heavily. Look it. You, I interrupted, are getting exactly what you deserve. I pulled a second envelope from my pocket. Michael, you helped me draft a new business contract a few months ago, remember? His brows furrowed. Yeah, what about it? I smirked. You didn't read the fine print, did you? Confusion flickered in his eyes. I had you sign over your shares of our business. Michael paled. No. Oh yes, I cut in. The company you helped me build? Mine now. The crowd murmured in shock. Everything he had worked for, stolen with the stroke of a pen. I turned my back to them both. This is the last time either of you will ever have power over me. Then, I walked away, leaving their shattered lives behind. You said. The party ended in chaos. Guests whispered, their gazes bouncing between Emily's sobs and Michael's stunned silence. Some left in shock, while others stayed to revel in the drama. But I had no reason to stay. Stepping outside, I inhaled deeply, letting the crisp night air cleanse the remnants of their betrayal from my soul. For the first time in years, I felt truly free. The aftermath. Emily bombarded my phone with messages that night. Please, I made a mistake. I love you, don't do this to us. Let's talk, we can fix it. I blocked her. Michael? He didn't even try to reach out. Maybe he knew there was nothing left to say. The next morning, I met with my lawyer. The divorce papers had already been drafted. The evidence I collected ensured a clean break. No alimony. No settlement. Just freedom. As for the business, Michael's shares were now officially mine. I wasn't a cruel man, I didn't leave him penniless. But he had lost his position, his influence, his legacy. He could rebuild if he wanted. Just not with me. Emily's downfall. Word spread quickly. The footage from the party leaked. Someone had recorded it. Emily and Michael's disgrace became public knowledge. Emily lost friends. Family distanced themselves. Even her boss caught wind of the scandal and fired her. She showed up at my office one afternoon, eyes red, voice shaky. Please, can we talk? She pleaded. I folded my arms, expression unreadable. Talk about what? Tears welled in her eyes. I was stupid. I lost everything. I need you. I stared at her for a long moment before leaning in slightly. You didn't need me when you were screwing my best friend in my house. Her lip trembled. I was lost. I shook my head. No, Emily. You weren't lost. You were selfish. A sob escaped her lips. Can't we start over? I chuckled, shaking my head. No. But you can start over, alone. I turned, walking away without looking back. Michael's desperation. Michael suffered his own downfall. Without his stake in the business, he struggled to find work. His girlfriend, Sarah, dumped him immediately. I ran into him at a bar weeks later. He looked like a shell of the man he once was. Man, come on, he slurred. We were brothers. I met his gaze, cold and unyielding. Brothers don't betray each other. He exhaled, defeated. I screwed up. That's the first honest thing you've said in months, I replied. I left him there, drowning in his regret. The beginning of something new. Months passed, and life became peaceful. No more lies. No more betrayal. Then I met Sophia. She was different. Strong. Independent. She saw the scars I carried but never treated me like a broken man. One evening, as we walked along the beach, she asked, Do you still think about them? I thought for a moment before answering. No. They're just a lesson now. She smiled, slipping her hand into mine. And just like that, my story no longer belonged to betrayal and revenge. It belonged to a new beginning.